Hello everyone and welcome back to McNaughton's on Tour. We are parked up at Glenmore campsite on the banks of Loch Morlich in the Cairngorm Mountains in the Highlands. We were last here back in February and you can see that the weather back then was really quite different. Still beautiful, but quite different. We've been lucky to get a park up in the pitch adjacent to where we were the last time, so we are basically right at the edge of the forest. It's a few minutes walk from our camper van through the forest and onto the beach to Loch Morlich. We've only recently arrived. It's about a 3-hour drive from home, so I'm taking Lola, our miniature pincher, a walk just to stretch her legs and give her a bit of exercise. She loves the sand, and this site benefits from the forest, the sand, the loch, and the rivers, and also got mountain views all the way around. You can walk all the way around the loch, so there's multiple paths and multiple routes. I've never done that, so I don't know how long it would take, but I think it would be a fair walk. I don't think it would be a kind of challenging walk, but it would be reasonably long. So I'm going round part of it, just as we pass the ducks. Lola's very interested in the ducks, so you can kind of walk round here as you go to approach a bit of a headland. So that's where we're headed just now. Lola's not really a lover of water, so she just goes in the outskirts of the loch. But you get a nice view from this part, kind of, around the loch. When we were here back in February, I came across some work from the Beavers, so we're now headed just to see how that's looking. And they've certainly been more at work. There are a lot more trees that have been chewed and taken down by the beavers. I would really like to see the beavers. Apparently dawn and dusk is the time to have a chance of that. So maybe one of these days I'll be up early or up late just to have a look. You can see we've been really lucky with the weather today. I mean, it's not particularly warm, but it's comfortable. If you've got a jacket on, it's comfortable. There is a fair wind. So we're just heading back round the loch. And you can see just as you exit the forest, then you're actually right onto the campsite. And we are really lucky that our van is parked just right against that. It's a really, really good location. I think the site looks nice and there's lots of different places. It's quite a large site, but we like it just right here at the edge. Hello, End.
Oh.
Hello, End. Would you like to give him another row?
Yeah. It's because you're always farting about that camera, never watching where you're going.
There's a visitor centre and a cafe directly opposite the campsite that gives you a bit of history of the local area. And then just further along the road to the right, you come across the Cairngorm Reindeer Centre. So we went in there the last time when we were here in February. So today we're just carrying on a walk along the old logging way through the forest. So there's a road that goes through the forest, passes a couple of different buildings, and eventually the road stops at the National Outdoor Centre. And then the old logging way path for walkers and for cyclists runs parallel to that. So that's the way we're going. It's a wee bit hilly at times. It's not particularly difficult, but you've got to climb now and then. It's a nice walk here, and I think there's a really nice atmosphere in the forest. It is a relatively busy path, just with other walkers, with leisure cyclists and with mountain bikers, so sometimes you do need to watch out, kind of get out of the way and kind of bring the dog in and stuff like that. Lola is nosy and always exploring. The National Outdoor Centre is at the end of the tarmac road. Where are you going, Lola? Where are you going, Wendy?
To the beach.
To the beach. The weather's still really nice. It's nice and sunny. It has got quite a bit windy, so you'll probably pick that up in the mic, so apologies for that. We're heading round the loch on the anti-clockwise this time. The water sports building is up at the end, so I think you can do sailing and kayaking, and you can hire power boats as well. There's also a cafe here. So this wasn't open in February, but obviously it's open today, so probably be quite nice to sit there, have a cake and sit on the picnic benches. We didn't do that today. It's quite early in the season, it's late afternoon, and as we passed by the building, they were actually starting to close everything up. So we missed the opportunity. This time you do have a nice view sitting here, I think, especially in a sunny day like today. We've never been here in the summer, but you can imagine it would be pretty busy. We carried on further round the loch along the paths, and just this time of year some of the path was quite muddy, so I'm just kind of managing Lola to keep her out of the muddiest bits. And this side of the loch runs alongside the road, so at times you're really quite close to the road, so it's just something to watch out for if you're venturing over this way.
Right, this will need to jump over this. Come this way. Too muddy there. Right, over here. Over here. Jump. Good, Errol. See that jump? I think this path will go up to the sort of parking area. Go as long as you want.
Come on in. Lola, come. Lola ran around and we spent a bit of time just admiring the view, and then we started to head back round.
Well, it likes it here, doesn't it? Do you like it here?
I like this tree, it just seems to have spread out so much. There's a few like that. The weather changed as we headed back home in the A9. We had really heavy rain and we had sunny periods. It was quite mixed, but not unusual for Scotland. Some of the scenery is really nice, so regardless of the weather, it's usually quite a nice drive back. We stopped at Pitlochry on the way back. It's an easy stop off the A9 and it's easy to get back on as well. Came here last time, we struggled to find parking spaces for camper vans, but Wendy had researched it and found a space. We actually ran by the car park on the first occasion, but there also was another car park through this bridge and over the back at the visitor centre, so we decided to go there. It's 2 hours free parking at this car park, so we parked here and we went into the visitor centre for a snack, and there's a good view of the hydroelectric dam from the balcony at the cafe. We hope you enjoyed this video of Glenmore and Loch Morlich. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see other content. We really appreciate when you do that, and it does help our channel. If you've got any questions or comments, we'd be glad to read them and answer them. Thanks for watching.